Hey, Creekside family, Pastor Rossiter. I'm the campus pastor here at Creekside, and I have Malachi Mitchell joining us. Just wanted to introduce him and kind of talk with him, just interview him a little bit. So, Malachi, thanks for joining me.
Thank you.
Tell everybody what grade you're in here at Creekside and how long you've been at Creekside.
I'm in 11th grade. I've been here for 3 years, and I know there's like a little stigma towards like Creekside and stuff, but I love it here.
That's awesome. It's awesome. Well, before we go on, since you brought it up, what's maybe one or two things that you would say, this is why I love Creekside?
I just love the biblical emphasis like in the school, because even in other private schools, I haven't been to other private schools, but I've heard that they just kind of throw it to the side. But I like here at Creekside, it's really emphasized, and I really appreciate it because like coming from a public school, everything was like sin, 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 and it was really like hurting me in my mind, and I'm just glad to be here in a safe space where I can learn about God.
That's awesome. It's awesome. So you're part of our praise and worship. You're part of our chapel committee, but you help lead our praise and worship, and you do a great job. He does a great job leading our praise and worship. Plays the piano. So when did you start learning music? That you really just got into it?
So I've always been interested in music. I was in band in middle school. But in 8th grade, I had the opportunity to start going to rehearsals at my church and really watch the keys player and see what he does. And since then, I've just been kind of growing faster than before that and really just picking up different instruments and looking at what other people are doing.
Sweet. So I know you play the keyboard here. So I see you every Wednesday playing a keyboard. You do an amazing job. What other instruments do you play, and which ones do you own?
Okay, so I separate these two, but acoustic guitar, electric guitar, bass, drums, keys, a little bit of violin. I mean, it's shaky, but I can hold a tune. And then I'm trying to work on singing, but my voice is just not there yet.
Yeah.
I'm praying that God blesses me with that, but yeah.
Yeah, I've been praying that for a long time, but He hasn't blessed me with that. But we sing from the heart, right? We sing from the heart. So you own all of those instruments at home, and you practice and play all of those? Man, that is awesome. So which one would you say, if I had to choose, this is my favorite? Keys. That is awesome. Now, a little bit of insight. You got headphones in. Are you talking to people up on stage?
Yeah.
And so, because I don't know this, but what are you telling them?
So basically, when to start the song, what key the song may be in, any like changes in the middle of the song to just add like some flair or something. Like go to this chord. If anyone's like going off, kind of yell at them in the mic. They'll get a little angry, but it needs to be done. Yeah.
That's sweet. I didn't realize that. I just saw it. I didn't know what y'all were saying. That's cool. So you obviously love music. You love playing music. Just why the love of music?
I really just like how you can move people through music and just express yourself in any way you want. I like when I'm playing and nobody's looking at me, but I still sense that they're being impacted by it. Because then I know it's not about me, but people are still being impacted by God, what He's doing through me. So
yeah, I love in Ephesians one of the evidences that we're filled with the Holy Spirit is music, is singing, and so that's pretty cool. So, favorite song? You got a favorite? I know you love a whole bunch of songs. So we talked about this before we started recording. So maybe one of your favorite songs that you like singing or playing.
So for right now, there's this song called Gyra by Maverick City Music. Obviously, Gyra is just talking about God being the provider and Him being enough, and that we don't need to look to all these external things to get our satisfaction, that He's enough, and because He's enough, this is not something that I necessarily struggle with. I know a lot of people do. Because He's enough, we're enough. Not that it's our ability, but that He empowers us to do what He desires us to do.
That is really good. And even that statement that you made that we're always searching for something more, and God is enough. So we talked about this, but where does that name Jehovah Jireh, come from?
So it comes from Abraham when he was getting ready to sacrifice his son on the altar. God had provided a ram in the bush, and I guess that Abraham had named, what was it, a temple or?
You're talking about the altar?
Yeah, the altar.
Yeah.
Yeah, he had named the altar after God being the provider, and it's Jehovah Jireh.
That's it. God will provide everything that we need, that we need. So, life verse, favorite verse, or verse that you call upon a lot.
Proverbs 3, 5, and 6 is talking about trusting in the Lord. And I like this verse because it's a two-part verse. It's not just trusting in the Lord, but it's leaning not on your own understanding. So when you feel that you need to abide by your own rules, it will be best to remember God's statutes and obey them, and He will guide you. So it's like that kind of sacrifice of your desires for what God desires.
That's it. Easy to say, easy to quote, but hard to do sometimes in this life. So very good. So, hey, last question, finishing up. What is your prayer, your desire for the student body here at Creekside?
Just overall boldness for students who feel the Holy Spirit, know He's inside of them, the convictions that He placed in them, for them to really obey them and just walk out what God calls you to do. Like you said, to address the sin that we see in the school, the foul language, stuff like that, to minister to people who are lost, who might feel uncomfortable to do so with, just boldness in general.
Yeah, God's called us to minister, and sometimes that means we got to stand boldly in the gap. So, hey, Malachi, thanks. This is one of our students at Creekside. Does a great job with praise and worship team. Appreciate you tuning in.